You're watching WCVB TV Channel 5 in high definition. This is News Center 5 at 11. Local, live coverage you can count on.
Now at 11, as temperatures get ready to tumble, the holiday shopping season is heating up. You're looking live at hundreds of people heading to the Rentham outlets right now for a midnight opening.
And the folks on the other side of the screen, well, let's just say they're spending tonight outside, camping in a Best Buy store in Braintree, all hoping to get a great deal. Happy Thanksgiving, folks. But yes, Black Friday begins at the stroke of midnight.
Let's go right to News Center 5's Lynn Jolliker. She is live with the crowd in Rentham tonight. Lynn?
Well, Rentham police just a few minutes ago started letting people into the parking lots here at the outlet mall. And, you know, people were actually running and screaming as they went up into the parking lots. They had started congregating in groups on the sidewalks, asking the police to let them in. And people have been lining up in their cars for hours now. You can see there's still a stream of cars pouring into the mall here. For certain people, Christmas shopping has simply become a science.
We've been here since 9 o'clock this morning. We're waiting for the $230 laptops.
So you are crazy, you realize that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're having fun doing it, though.
A day and night out on the concrete with cards, computers, and circulars to help pass the time.
I want to buy a laptop for me.
Laptop.
And for my daughter.
Dreams of big deals warm the hearts of hungry shoppers who left behind turkey, football, and family.
What does this mean about the holiday season, that this is what it's become?
I don't know. So I'm saving myself some money, so I'm pretty happy about that.
It's worth it. You're saving tons of money.
Tons of money compared to going to the store later in the day or 2 weeks when the laptops are in again?
When they're in again, they're like $700. They're $200 today.
From Best Buy in Braintree opening at 5 a.m. to the outlets in Rentham opening at midnight, Black Friday has gobbled up part of Thanksgiving.
It's like, a ritual. You got to do things, so we're not causing any problems. We're having fun.
An internet site called blackfriday.net, and what we do is we take the ads and put them in a notebook, and we scope out what we're going to do for Friday morning.
Saving money and making money. Straight
Making money?
Yep.
Oh, the truth comes out.
Oh, yeah, I'm not going to lie. I'm not really here for anything important for myself. It's the people in the back of the line that really want it. It's what I do.
And so in the case of most of those big ticket items that are at drastically reduced prices tomorrow, there will only be about 15 to 20 of them available. So yes, some people are lining up at the front of the line and then deciding to buy them and sell them at a profit. Meanwhile, back here in Rentham, you can see the cars are pouring in. About 125 stores will be opening at midnight. This is just the second year that Black Friday has actually started at the stroke of midnight. We're live in Rentham. Lynn Jolliker, News Center 5.
Wow, and unbelievable. Well, these savvy shoppers headed north of the border to tax-free New Hampshire. They're spending the night outside the Best Buy in Salem. The doors open there at 5 a.m., and those shoppers can expect some big changes overnight. Storm Team 5's Mike Wonkum has the details on that. Oh.
We've got good news and bad news. In the form of good news, we've got the clouds moving out, and what we're dealing with are the clouds moving out, and you'll see that they're clearing off across the area, and there we go. We've got the skies which are basically clearing up.
That's the good news about this forecast. The bad news is, however, the temperatures, they're not bad, but look at what's starting to come in. Some cool temperatures off to the west. Added to that, we've now got winds which are starting to pick up. These winds are going to usher in some very chilly temperatures, and wind chills tonight are going to drop into the teens. So if you're out in line, you need to be bundled up. What's lying ahead over the next 5 days? I'll have all the details on that coming up in just a few minutes. Bianca?
18-year in law enforcement, this is all he get, a bullet in the head.
A widow demanding answers tonight after her husband is gunned down by Boston police. Tonight she is wondering if the fatal end to a wild chase was justified. News Center 5's Rondella Richardson. So the sit-down interview you will see only on 5.
And I'm like, oh my goodness, something's wrong with my husband. He done flipped out. He done snapped like something happened to him.
38-year-old Marquise Barker's wife was so worried she called police just for some help.
He said, yeah, I'll call them for you. That way they can come and they can come here and they can arrest me and shoot me or something. I said, excuse you, what are you talking about? So at that point, he ran upstairs talking about he was going to get something, a pellet gun. He came back down. He didn't have nothing in his hand. He came out the gate behind me, and I went to the neighbors because I said he's acting irrational.
Once police arrived at the Fuller Street home, they say Barker indeed had a gun and he was yelling, shoot me, kill me, before he fled in a police cruiser.
And I'm running up the street trying to tell them, don't shoot him. something's wrong with him.
Barker crashed the cruiser 5 blocks away at Morton and Norfolk Street. It was shortly before 6 last night. Barker, the father of 5 who works for the Suffolk County Sheriff's Department, didn't follow orders to surrender once surrounded by police.
You're chasing him down like you're on cops or something. This man didn't deserve that. 18-year in law enforcement, this is all he get? A bullet in the head? No trying to calm him down.
Police say they were protecting themselves and the public from a man with a gun. Today, police tell us it's a pellet gun. Mrs. Barker hasn't heard from police today.
I guess it's Thanksgiving. No one wants to be bothered at this point. I need answers as to what was the excessive force so severe, to the severity that they had to use to shoot this man in the head. You shot the man already in the arm. All you got to do was mace him.
Barker was a jail officer at the Nashua Street Jail, and the family did receive a visit from Sheriff Andrea Cabral today. He's the father of 5, his youngest is 3, and his wife says he was very stressed yesterday about his hospitalized father. He has a serious illness. In Mattapan, Rondella Richardson, News Center 5 Tonight.
New at 11, we now know the name of the Lexington teen killed in this crash overnight. Police say 18-year-old Nicholas Barnett was inside the car with 2 other teens when they drove off the road and slammed into a tree on Woburn Street. Those 2 other teens, both from Lexington, were hospitalized. Their names have not been released. We're told a mix of speed and bad weather led to the crash. Well, it was 1 year ago today, November 22nd, that the town of Danvers was rocked by a massive chemical explosion. That blast and resulting fire destroyed and damaged hundreds of homes. Life is far from normal there. In fact, many folks are still rebuilding and yet finding reasons to give thanks. On this Thanksgiving Day, residents of Danversport are reliving this incredibly difficult year through the camera lens of Barbara Lynch. She captured the devastation, the cleanup, the determination, and the rebirth of her neighborhood.
I've lived here for almost 30 years, and it's never going to be the same. It's nice to see it new and people coming back. Everybody's not back yet, but it's been a long year. People are tired.
Contractors' signs are still posted everywhere, but the results of their labor are finally taking shape. Still, 12 months of rebuilding and haggling with insurance companies have taken their toll.
They nickel and dime you. They truly nickel and dime you.
But there are reasons to be grateful. No one died or was seriously hurt in the blast, and folks here remember that as they sit down to their Thanksgiving meal. At the New England Home for the Deaf, residents are also thankful to be back in their restored building.
I can't believe that after a year, it's back to what it was before. This whole thing was blasted out.
Everyone's back where they feel at home, and it's really nice. It's nice that they can have a Thanksgiving and have everyone together like this.
In all, 270 homes and businesses were destroyed after chemical fumes were accidentally ignited at that Danvers ink factory. Bianca?
Mary, of course, Thanksgiving all about tradition, and that held true today in Plymouth, where thousands gathered at Plymouth Plantation to explore the history of Thanksgiving and enjoy, well, some turkey with all the fixings. The plantation portrays life as it was in the 17th century, teaching both the popular colonial Thanksgiving story and the native Wampanoag one. But overlooking Plymouth Rock, it was not a celebration. The United American Indians of New England held its 38th annual Day of Mourning. The event began as a reaction to the censoring of Wampanoag leader Frank James during a 1970 ceremony commemorating the 350th anniversary of the Pilgrims' arrival in the United States. Organizers say their goal is to raise awareness about the continuing plight of Native Americans.
You're watching News Center 5 in high definition, local, live coverage you can count on.
To gift or not to gift a card. What you need to know about gift cards coming up.
A patient at this Quincy hospital accused of doing a lot more than trying to get better. Hear about the brazen business she was allegedly running from her room.
And for the first time, we're hearing about a plot to kill President Kennedy weeks before that fateful day in Dallas. Who is allegedly behind it? We're coming back in exactly 60 seconds.
Tuesday at 11, Team 5 investigates a pattern of customer complaints about Sears.
They have the worst customer service I think I've ever come across.
Why Sears admits their customers got the runaround on appliance repair complaints. Tuesday at 11.
In a world of countless little choices, among mountains of megapixels and a gaggle of gigabytes, shouldn't you spend less time sifting through the nonsense and go straight to the happy ending?
Sunday at 11, a fertility diet that promises to improve your chances of having a baby by 80%.
What you eat and how much you weigh is crucially important.
10 simple, all-natural changes to your diet. Sunday at 11 on News Center 5.
44 years ago today, President John F. Kennedy was assassinated in Dallas, Texas. On the grim anniversary, we are learning of another plot to kill JFK. A former Secret Service agent says feds uncovered a plan by Cuban hitmen to murder the president in Chicago 3 weeks before his killing in Dallas. Now, the agent says the president was warned and actually called off the trip, saying he was sick. A Secret Service spokesman in Washington says the agency has no comment.
A local hospital patient was doing more than recuperating. Police say she was dealing drugs from her room. 39-year-old Jonna Marks checked herself into Quincy Medical Center earlier this month. Police began staking her out after 2 suspects arrested for heroin claimed that Marks sold them the drugs. Among the evidence collected in her hospital room, heroin, marijuana, and a scale, which officers say she used to weigh the drugs.
Well, Black Friday begins in just a few minutes, in case you're counting. You know who you are.
And maybe gift cards will be on your radar this year.
You know, the kids are getting older and the nieces and nephews are getting older. It's easier to do that.
Well, taking that easy and convenient way out when you don't know what to buy. We have the pros and the cons of those popular gift cards. Stay with us.
Baby, it's cold outside.
I've got to go away.
Baby, it's cold out there.
This evening has been
hoping that you
so
drop in.
very